My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. And to read my writing and to see my latest CNN appearances and my MSNBC appearances, you can go to hagoodman.com. Donald Trump might become president. He might defeat Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton has her second FBI criminal investigation. It is a criminal investigation. The FBI does not do security reviews. Through DNC WikiLeaks emails, and this is one of the biggest reasons we need WikiLeaks. Our democracy is at stake here, and we need a whistleblower to expose corruption. If there happens to be more corruption among Democrats, because I don't see many Republicans with billion-dollar foundations and them enriching themselves to the tune of $50 million plus. We learned that from WikiLeaks 19 or 20 or 21. Every WikiLeaks release is just an unbelievable revelation. But I don't see many Republican GOP candidates for president nominees with 2 FBI criminal investigations before Election Day. So when people say, that's just politics, everything's relative, Hillary is just another politician. She's not. She's not. Most politicians don't say they survived Bosnian sniper fire and have a political career after that. Make up a war story. Most politicians don't do everything that Hillary Clinton's done in terms of Iraq, Libya, Honduras. Now she wants regime change. We can go on forever, but I will read you. Aside from 2 FBI criminal investigations, the second one that's being reopened by James Comey, the polls right now, in an average of polls, Hillary is up 4.6 points, a little over a week before Election Day. She was up in one poll by 10, October 21st to the 24th. Now, in an average, 4.6. Just the other day, it was like 6 something. But if you look, all Trump has to do, if he wins Florida and Ohio, he has a chance to become president of the United States of America. Right now, just the other day, in terms of Florida, Hillary Clinton was up by like over 4 points. In an average of polls, Clinton is up by 0.4 now, 0.4 in Florida. What do you think's going to happen after a week of, oh my gosh, what's James Comey going to do with this renewed FBI criminal investigation? Donald Trump is up 0.4 in an average of polls in Florida. In one recent poll, he's up 4. Okay, this is the same thing I did about a month ago. And it's like Ohio. So Florida, they're either tied. In many ways, Trump is up because the momentum is his. In Ohio, Trump is up by 1. I bring this up because the DNC cheated Bernie Sanders. I bring this up also because Bernie Sanders could have ushered in a transformation in terms of the foundation. When people like Bill Maher or Michael Moore or Robert Reich, these are people I respect, but these are also people who are very hypocritical when they say that Trump will implode and destroy the whole system. Well, that's a reason that you should want Trump to get that 4 years in office and not Hillary Clinton, because Hillary Clinton is the embodiment of a very corrupt system that leads to endless wars, that leads to financial collapses. She will not break up banks like Bernie Sanders. She won't even reinstate Glass-Steagall. She's advised by neoconservatives. Donald Trump is against the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and he's not as hawkish. He's not as militant. He is the less militant candidate, and he's a Republican. And the neocons hate him because he doesn't want regime change in Syria. And he has closer ties, or at least more favorable or less belligerent towards Putin. But the point is, if you're a Democrat and you're watching this and you're saying, H.A. Goodman, you just want Trump, you cheated Bernie Sanders, and now you might get Trump. Don't say that the Republicans are just the same because Donald Trump did not get cheated by the Republican National Committee. The RNC didn't cheat Donald Trump. They didn't like him. Establishment Republicans hate him. That's why they're all voting for Hillary Clinton, George H.W. Bush, Robert Kagan, Paul Wolfowitz might vote for Hillary Clinton. So if you're watching this and you're a Hillary bot or you're a brainwashed Hillary supporter, and you're saying, well, you know, Trump he hates women. Well, what do you think Bill Clinton has done his entire life? Juanita Broaddrick has accused him of rape. How often do you hear progressives talk about that? How about never? Because many progressives are hypocrites when it comes to women's rights and a whole bunch of other things, especially foreign policy. But we can go and if you talk about the polls right now, Trump could win. He is going to, the polls are evening. They're getting to a point where there's a professor that has predicted accurately, and this is in Yahoo, professor who's correctly called every presidential election since 1984 predicts Trump will win. Hillary Clinton may be ahead in national polls, but at least one expert remains convinced that Donald Trump will be our next president. American University professor Alan J. Lichtman, who has accurately predicted the winner of every presidential election since 1984, first forecasts a victory for the GOP nominee during an interview with the Washington Post last month. Despite everything that's taken place, the video, all that, the audio, 05 audio, which when you have the Washington Post serving as a public relations tool for Hillary Clinton, you never get Kurt Eichenwald or Paul Krugman or Bill Maher or Michael Moore. You never get them saying, how dare the Washington Post influence our election? And by the way, who was that unnamed source, that anonymous source that gave Farenthold the audio? Was it Putin? Was it Russia? They never asked that. It's always, well, you know, WikiLeaks is influencing the election. Yeah, they're influencing the election because there's insane corruption. There's massive corruption that doesn't exist on the Republican side. How do we know? Because they didn't cheat Trump the way Bernie was cheated. The true believers of the conservative, the extreme of the conservatives, pushed for Trump. They got what they voted Trump in. Trump is the nominee. The true progressives voted for Bernie. They were suddenly Bernie bros living in the basement, and they were shunned, sexist, misogynist, and they were shunned. The same people who attacked Bernie Sanders supporters also attacked Trump supporters. It was never about right versus left or left versus right. It was about Hillary Clinton. But despite all this, however, Lichtman has not wavered from his prediction. By the narrowest of possible margins, the keys still point to a Trump victory, he told the Washington Post this week. As Lichtman noted in his latest interview, he is not a psychic, but he does, quote, look into a crystal ball. Rather, his projections are based on a unique system that relies on 13 true-false questions or keys. So basically everything from the S&P to a whole bunch of things. This professor predicts that Trump will win. I'm laughing because can you just imagine Joan Walsh on election day if Trump wins? Can you just imagine the writers of the Daily Beast or TPM or Slate or the entire, or CNN, the entire public relations machine for Hillary Clinton that's already imploding? Because James Comey is like, yeah, you know, I'm going to cover my behind. What do I do now? I know she's guilty, and I essentially worked for her like everyone else does. But now people are kind of realizing the intent is there. Oh, yeah, Anthony Weiner's Wiener picks on Uma Abedin's computer. Okay, boom, new criminal investigation. Second one, right before Election Day. This is why when Bernie Sanders is cheated, and then you get this whole, oh my God, Trump's going to destroy the world. A lot of people are like, go ahead. Oh, well, there are people who gave money and their heart and soul to Bernie Sanders, and now I'm voting for Jill Stein. So as far as I'm concerned, Jill Stein has taken the mantle. But there are people who gave their heart and soul. And do you know what DNC lawyers are saying in the lawsuit for the money that many Bernie voters gave to Bernie Sanders in the DNC to ensure that to help Bernie win? They're saying, the DNC lawyers are actually saying, you should have known about the corruption. You should have known the DNC would have sided with Hillary Clinton, and that you don't deserve the money back. That is how corrupt and disgusting the DNC is. And you're worried about Trump? Give me a break. 4 years, 60 vote Senate. You should want Trump to win if you are quote unquote progressive. Because if your vision for the future, you can't see beyond 4 years, you can't see beyond one term, and you're worried about the Supreme Court. There was a McClatchy article talking about Hillary Clinton wanting a Republican on the Supreme Court. We can get to that article next, another segment. But of course, I will go ahead, and WikiLeaks 23 is going to be out next segment. But even the artificial intelligence systems, AI system that correctly predicted last 3 elections, say Trump will win. Sanjeev Rai said his findings suggest the Democrats should not get complacent. The New York businessman with a penchant for celebrity television may suddenly find himself in love with artificial intelligence developed in India. The polls and simulations that involve the skills and insight of human beings suggest Donald Trump could be heading for something of a pasting, but an artificial intelligence. Now, this came out. This article, I believe, came out even before the FBI. But an artificial intelligence AI system developed in Mumbai, in which correctly predicted the last 3 U.S. presidential elections, puts the Republican nominee ahead of his rival, Hillary Clinton, in the White House, to secure the keys to the White House. Moog AI, developed by Sanjeev Rai, the founder of Indian startup Genik.ai. It has taken 20 million data points from public platforms such as Google, Facebook, and Twitter and analyzed the information to create predictions, CNBC reported. This AI, artificial intelligence computer, is predicting a Donald Trump victory. And that was even before James Comey came out with his second criminal investigation. Give me your thoughts below. This is like therapy for me, because I'm very honored and privileged to speak to a wonderful, wonderful group of amazing subscribers. And to people who are watching, who don't watch my channel, give me your thoughts. But what do you think of the potential of Donald Trump winning? And if Donald Trump wins, it is a wake-up call to the corrupt, brainwash cult surrounding Hillary Clinton that defends Hillary Clinton at all costs and says, well, the Republicans do the same thing, but they don't. Cheryl Mills in the WikiLeaks email said at state.gov, the president exchanged emails with Hillary, and he knows she doesn't have a state.gov. Condoleezza Rice has a state.gov. Colin Powell has a state.gov. We can go on forever about Bernie Sanders was cheated. Trump wasn't cheated. Name a Republican with a multi-billion-dollar foundation that gives access. Name a Republican official that grants access to foreign governments or has weapons deal scandals. Give me your thoughts below. Trump might win, and it's Hillary Clinton's fault and all the brainwashed supporters who defend her at all costs. Give me your thoughts. Thank you so much.